So Samsung, not content with only spaffing out 3 new smartphones so far in 2025, has just coughed up another pair, though thankfully these won't molest your wallet quite as hard. The Galaxy A36 and Galaxy A56 are a fresh pair of mid-range mobiles, boasting some colourful design, pretty respectable specs, and a whole bunch of AI gubbins naturally. You can pre-order them from March the 2nd, they go on sale March the 19th here in Blythe for £399 for that A36 and £499 if you fancy yourself an upgrade to the A56. But what's the difference between them and are they actually worth that cash? Well, your Uncle Spurt has had a good old fondle with both of them. So here's my early impressions, and for more on the latest and greatest tech, please do poke subscribe and ding that notifications bell. Cheers! Now the Galaxy A36 and the A56 sport a near identical design. Stick them side by side and basically good bloody luck telling them apart. It was certainly a lot of fun in the briefing when we were trying to figure out what on earth it was we were actually clutching. The easiest way to tell them apart is the Galaxy A56 boasts a metal frame, whereas that's been downgraded to placky edging on the A36. That's pretty much the only difference besides a slight alteration in the camera housing. Both the Galaxy A56 and A36 rock a linear camera layout, as Samsung rather sexily puts it, rather than separate camera islands like before. And Samsung's probably done this because everyone was having a proper wobbler online saying, hey, I've spunked up all this money for a Galaxy S25 and it looks just like those cheapy A-series blowers, what's that all about? And both the A36 and the A56 are slightly slimmer than the previous generation and still reasonably lightweight, considering they're 6.7-inch blowers. You've got a bit of Gorilla Glass Victus Plus front and back end on both the 36 and the 56, so hopefully they'll prove reasonably rugged, though frankly I would slap a screen protector on your chosen model just to be sure, because even the Victus 2 stuff on the S25 series scratches up all too easily. And hey, great news if you love to doom scroll in a lovely hot bubbly bath, because you've got full IP67 water and dust resistance on the pair of them. And Samsung is offering up a choice of 4 colours for both mobiles. The A56 comes in awesome graphite, awesome pink, awesome olive and awesome light grey. Are they actually awesome? Well, the olive one is, yeah, it's alright. But yeah, it's alright, olive doesn't have quite the same ring to it, I guess. And meanwhile, the Galaxy A36 comes in white, black, lime or lavender. Again, all of them apparently awesome. Although I'll tell you what, the lime and lavender models certainly throw off a whole rainbow of colours when the light strikes them just so. Proper full-on Bobby Dazzler. I'm sure it'll attract lots of envious stares when you whip it out down the local boozer. And of course, just like the S25 series, the Galaxy A36 and A56 come with Samsung's latest OneUI launcher slapped on top of Android 15, with the reassuring guarantee of 6 years of OS updates and security patching as well, so almost as good as the S25 lot. And it's a similar experience on both of these phones. You've got all of those new One UI 7 features, including separation for the control center and the notifications panel, which yes, can absolutely be trashed if you prefer the old way of doing things. A good bit of eSIM support on both of these as well, which is always great to see on a mid-range smartphone. And of course, yes, both the Galaxy A36 and A56 sport a shed load of AI shenanigans, including good old circle to search. Naturally, you've got that AI select feature, which can quickly turn any photo you find into wallpaper. You can also create a GIF or a GIF, or however you're supposed to say it, from any video that you're watching. You've got that supernaturally good object eraser tool in the gallery, which I use to eliminate one of my closest YouTube rivals from all existence. Mwah! And the Galaxy A56 also serves up a couple of bonus AI bits that were first seen on the S25 flagships, but which are missing in action on the cheaper A36. Namely auto trim, which can cough out a trimmed shareable version of your home movies, as well as of course that best face effort, which can sort out any gun and toss bags what tried to ruin your photo. As for the screen tech, well, you basically got identical displays on these mighty mid-range morphos. It's a 6.7-inch AMOLED panel on both, full HD plus resolution. It's reasonably crisp visuals, sharp contrast, HDR streaming smarts, all the good stuff. The only real difference over the previous generation is these panels are a wee bit brighter. They hit around 1200 nits in high brightness mode. You also got that vision booster tool slapped on there as well. And also, somewhat interestingly, both the Galaxy A36 and the Galaxy A56 come with 256 gigs of storage as standard. So that's double the amount that you get in the bog standard Galaxy S25, which costs considerably more. Same goes for the likes of the iPhones 16 and 16e, Pixel 9, etc. And you should have that microSD memory card support as well to boost that if needed. What about the brains of the operation? Well, interestingly, Samsung has chosen two completely different chipsets for the A36 and A56. The A36 actually uses one of Qualcomm's Snapdragon chipsets, the Snapdragon 6 Gen 3, which in my personal experience isn't the beefiest of platforms, even for a more basic mid-ranger. While the A56 has actually got one of Samsung's own Exynos chipsets slapped in there, the fresh new 4nm 1580. The A36 is noticeably slower just when you're zipping around the UI and also when you're using the camera versus the A56. That shutter action certainly slower and also swapping between lenses as well. But both of these blowers can happily play simple games like the likes of Call of Duty, no worries, even over dodgy Samsung store Wi-Fi. But certainly if you want that bit more grunt, you'll want to upgrade to the Galaxy A56. As for how well it'll handle a bit of Wuthering Waves and Genshin Impact action, well, you'll have to stay tuned for my full in-depth Galaxy A56 review. Apparently samples should be coming in imminently, so yes, can't wait to add that to the review pile of shame, which is in danger of toppling over and crushing me now. No difference at all in terms of the battery tech. It's a 5000 mAh capacity cell stuffed in both the A36 and the A56. Although the great news is you do at least get faster charging now. It's now 45 watts instead of that slow as balls 25 watt shenanigans. And Samsung reckons it'll take approximately 68 minutes to charge both these blowers up to full if they're completely drained. Now the camera tech is a triple lens setup on both these Sammy mid-rangers, with a 50 meg wide angle main shooter with optical image stabilization built in. You've also got a 5 meg macro shooter for that floats your boat, and then it's a slightly different ultra wide angle shooter, 12 megapixels on the A56 versus 8 megapixels on the A36. You got that same updated Galaxy camera app as you saw in the S25 series. The settings are a bit easier to fiddle about with. You got some of the bonus features stuffed in there, like the ability to craft your own filter using any photo you've got on your phone. Apparently the Galaxy A56 can spaff out improved portrait shots now with enhanced skin tones, sky, hair, grass, etc. That's thanks to some wee tweaks for the ISP. You can also shoot home movies at 4K resolution at 30 frames per second on either the Galaxy A36 or the A56. And they both serve up a 12 meg selfie camera. And apparently the A56 will offer a fresh new low noise mode if you're snapping away in the club or whatever. And as I say, my side-by-side hands-on, certainly the A56 camera experience was more nippy and responsive compared with the A36. The feature set's basically the same. The picture quality seems slightly different, slightly warmer tones coming through on the A56, but I'll do a proper side-by-side hands-on when I get them both. And that right there, my lovelies, in a tasty wee nutshell, is how the fresh new Galaxy A56 stands up against the Galaxy A36. I'll say £100 difference between them. Are you tempted to grab one? And if so, which one of the pair really butters your muffin? It'd be great to hear your thoughts down in the comments below. Please do poke subscribe and ding that notifications bell for more on the A56, the A36, and the dozens and dozens of other smartphones that will inevitably be bloody launching in the next couple of weeks. And have yourselves a ruddy, wonderful rest of the week. Cheers everyone. Love you.